What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, NBA show from SBR. Make sure you guys go to sbrpicks.com/NBA. Check out all the articles and NBA content we have over there. I'm your host, Jay Money. That's my guy, Junior Browne. What's up, Junior? Everything good with you? We living life. We still breathing, my guy. Everything cool?
Yeah, for sure. It's been finally a rough week after so many weeks that have been hot. Yesterday I hit Philly first half, lost Denver, and lost Phoenix. I went super heavy on Phoenix second half because I was watching the game, and I just figured there ain't no way the Knicks offense is going to do that again in the second half. And Phoenix tends to kind of bounce back, especially when they start clamping down on defense. So if Phoenix would have lost that second half yesterday, I'm not even sure I'd be here right now. I'd have lost my whole shirt, my pants, everything. So just glad I was able to bounce back with that. But listen, just trying to have a cash-in day. It's been a couple days since I've had a good day, so just trying to get right here. What about you?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, I saw been seeing some crazy things in the NBA. Be honest with you, I've been taking a step back. Every once in a while, you have to do that. It's been the craziest season I've ever seen. Did have a little something small on the Spurs yesterday. So the Spurs that was the thing that I felt most confident on. The team that I really felt to come motivated. End up getting it done 113-104 over the Kings. The Lakers end up they get the job done. They get the cover. They go down. And they're now the seventh seed. The Blazers get it done 106-101. The Suns smack up the Knicks there 128-105. The Jazz get it done. I had to lean towards the Jazz there. It wasn't looking too good at first, and then they end up getting it done 127-120. The Bucks were favored by 16 and a half, 17 and a half. They ended up playing everybody, and they were smacking the Rockets for one point. Then they, they just kept it close. Let me see. I think Kenyon Martin Jr. he started going off for some guys. So the Rockets they still came to play in their game, my guys. Who else? Some more games out here. The Pelicans. Oh boy, Scott Foster special. The 76 up 17 up in the first quarter, 16 at the first half. Oh boy, it just that's why that games like that make me just like really it's like, damn, do we want to bet these games? I know it's we could get on some right sides, but boy, the 76ers literally lay down. They got down 7 points in the game before they come back and win by two. Obviously, they don't care about covering for anybody, but it's just crazy how they fell asleep at the wheel. Got outscored 37-18 in that third quarter, my guys. The Bulls smack up the Celtics 121-99, and the Heat. I know a lot of people on the Timberwolves yesterday. The Heat ended up pulling it out, ended up covering as well, 121-112, and the Mavs smack City over the Cavs. If you're betting the Cavs right now, I'm not sure why, guys. I'm telling you, it's just there's no way in hell the Cavs will see my money right now. In an uninspiring game, the Mavs still smack them up by 20 with ease, my guys. So yeah, good job, guys. They had the Pelicans in the chat. That's a nice call by you there. Let's get to today though, Junior. Wizards versus Pacers here. I gotta kind of have a feeling what you gonna say. With Pacers 3.5 point dogs here at the house. Yeah, I see you down to earth. Yeah, we already know you already know. But Wizards, what you think about this one, Junior? You hopping on the Wizards minus 3.5 here?
I would love to. I'd love to cash the Wizards again. Actually got my eye on this total. The problem with the total now, it's gone up to a number it's pretty ridiculous, to be honest with you. 249 points. Um, man, this total is crazy. I'm sorry. I know I'm kind of hesitating, just because I've lost a couple days in a row. I don't want to give out picks that I don't 100% believe in, but I actually do have money on this over. I got it at 248. It's at 249 now. Couple different reasons. The Pacers defense, with all the injuries that they have going on right now, is absolutely fallen off a cliff. They're one of the worst defensive teams over this 10-game stretch, and the Wizards happen to be pretty much one of the 2-3 hottest teams in the NBA offensively in the last 10 games. They're scoring like 120 points per 100 possessions. They're playing at the fastest pace of 106 possessions. And as a matter of fact, which is the thing that put me on the over when I was researching all the numbers, even though the Pacers offense sucks, they're actually playing at one of the fastest paces in the NBA too over the last 2 weeks. So everything about this game looks like an over. The one thing that worries me is just the amount of bodies that the Pacers are missing. Malcolm Brogdon especially. But Jay, that's another thing. So remember we were talking about Jordan. He put us onto that link where you can see on-off stats. The Pacers actually play 6 possessions faster per 100 possessions without Brogdon, which is, that's a lot of possessions. Like the difference between first and last is not a whole 5 possessions. So when you play that much faster without one dude, that's a really telling stat. So I say all of these things to say every statistic that I could possibly look up play towards the over. And the way the Wizards are playing plays towards the over. So that's my play official.
Exactly. Yeah. So Brogdon, Sumner, Lamb as well, still questionable here for this game. They could come back. They've been out for a while. Just be interested to see the Pacers coming off a win. It seemed like everybody didn't care anymore. Now they have a win under their belt. Just be interested to see if they come to play again. We know that the Wizards are going to come to play every night. Looks like Hachimura is off the injury report. He's coming to play. Been out the past 2 games with an illness here. So like I said, I'd lean towards Wizards here. It does give me some little hesitation that the Pacers, they won their last game. They did show that they just didn't totally give up on the season, and still trying to hold on to that playoff spot. So still Wizards are nothing for me. These boys red hot. I would not be betting against them right now. They are laying points here on the road, but it's the only way I could look here. This is in theory a revenge spot as well for the Pacers. So these teams just went 154 to 141. Junior, this was the game that I was talking about the other day. Somebody asked me about, I think it was Ski, asked me about the NBA. What do I think about the NBA? I'm like, bro, man, we got games that's not going to overtime, that's going 154, 141. That's not an all-star game. It's supposed to be a professional basketball game. So it's just crazy out here. But yeah, that was the game. It's 295 points. Oh my God. But yeah, the Wizards were favored by 4.5 at the house. Now they're on the road favored by 3.5. Like I say, Wizards, they've been doing everything better than the Pacers right now. It's the only way I could look is Wizards here. Just being to see. I'll watch this game closely, see if the Pacers really do still care, if they want to try and get some revenge, do they want to keep playing out the year. They know this coach is going to get out of here if you make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? The coach is going to be gone. It's just interesting because, they came to play the last game, but Wizards are nothing for me, Junior. Let's get to the next game. We're going to have Grizzlies versus the Raptors here, Junior. What the Raptors going? So the last game, they were almost finna win. Van Fleet, them, they're sending to overtime. They said, okay, now, Van Fleet, we got to sit you now. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to do something over here. Van Fleet, Lowry. We know OG may have an actual injury over here. But Junior, what you think about this one? It's up to 5.5 now. Do you think there's too many points? The Raptors have still been playing hard, even with the guys that they throw out there. What you think about this one, my guy?
This game's a pass for me. I saw value in the opening spread at -2.5. I missed that number. I missed the 3. Anything over the 3, the value is absolutely gone for me. Toronto's still playing hard, like you said. I still don't think that the organization wants them to win, but the players on the court are competing. So even though I think Memphis gets the job done because bless you, Memphis gets the job done because they're the desperate team trying to make a move. I can't lay this many points on them. It's just too many. They don't look.
Yeah.
If you're watching games, you're not going to tell me the Grizzlies look good enough to lay 2 possessions against any team. Like on the road, nah, son.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. That's why I say it's just a heavy lean to me. I'd lean Grizzlies. I must say, if I was to play something today, I don't know, man. It's crazy games. So this is one of the motivated spots, though. Like I say, if you want to pick a spot, you think that, you know what I'm saying, that they're not going to, that they're not going to race anybody. They need this win. They're trying to hold into the playoff spot. The Grizzlies, they came off a terrible game versus the Pistons. Like, you just can't lose that game. John Moran talking all this top 5 point guard, all this. And then you go and lose to the Pistons, who are literally trying to lose. Or, you know what I'm saying, they're not trying to win. You lose by 14 points at that. So, in my opinion, it is a bounce-back game. We see that the Raptors, they still playing hard, the guys they're throwing out there. But still, it's just, it's Siakam and the rest of the guys. Is Siakam going to go for 44 again? The Grizzlies, I feel like if they come out pissed off playing defense and get back to grind city-type basketball, they can win this game by double digits. So, it's a heavy lean for me on the Grizzlies. I'll be honest, I probably won't play anything today, but I would be on the Grizzlies -5.5 here. It opened at 4.5. You wouldn't get anything cheaper than 4.5. It's where it opened, did get up to 6, but back down to 5.5. I can understand why people taking the Raptors, plus the points are at the house, but we just have to understand that these guys may be packing their bags. Like, even though they're still coming out there to play basketball, they're still just looking towards the, you know what I'm saying? It's only a few more games here. and they're going on vacation, my guy. So, like I say, I could see Raptors to come play, but still, I can only look towards Grizzlies here. It's not necessarily too strong a card, but Junior, what we like in this Nets versus Nuggets game? What you think to the Nets? I think they're four straight losses now, my guy. They land 3.5 in Denver. What you think about this game? I know you know what you think about the Nuggets here.
Yeah, this game is a tough one for me to handicap because basically, I feel like I'm passing up a sale. You're giving me points with the Nuggets at home, but they played a tough game last night. A game that I watched, a game that they had control of. Actually, I really thought I was going to cash that ticket yesterday, and then Utah kind of pulled away in the fourth quarter. So there's a couple of ways you could look at this narrative. Is Denver bouncing back off a tough loss last night? Maybe that's a reach. If you believe in Denver, you could say the same thing about the Nets. If the Nets going to lose 5 games in a row, a week ago the Nets were the first place team in the East. Now they're 3 games behind Philly, and they're behind Milwaukee now. Now they're in third. So are they really going to lose again? Also, Kyrie Irving, last game I watched their game, he scored 45 points because he's been looking pretty bad doing this Ramadan business where he wasn't eating or whatever. He ate last game. He had 45 points. He looked good. Now he's going into a situation where literally Denver has no guards. Like Kyrie was Campazzo, and Campazzo's feisty, so I don't want to disrespect Campazzo, but he can't. He don't want it with Kyrie. That's just pretty obvious. Again, the one thing that kind of still makes me hesitate with the Nets a little bit. Aaron Gordon, even though offensively he still looks trash in my opinion, defensively he's added another dimension to that team because he can guard multiple positions. Can he slow down KD? Maybe. KD has to be a little bit rusty. He hasn't played that much basketball lately, so. There's so many different ways that I can talk myself into both teams that I just don't see an advantage either way, and that's why I'm off it. I feel like this week I've cooled off a lot, obviously after being super hot, and I have to recognize that I got to readjust my thinking and catch up with the market because you know what I'm saying. I'm not cashing tickets, so I'm definitely not forcing no plays, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you on that, bro. I mean, it's all about this. I mean, we betting plays about trying to stack up some wins and units, but I mean, this is money we have on the line too, man. I don't know about you, man. I'm not losing all my money. I'll take a step back before I do that. But Nuggets here, they are coming off their loss, so it's a back-to-back third game in 4 nights. They are coming off their game versus off that game versus the Jazz here. You see what I'm saying? So Nuggets back at the house. I would say they play a lot better defense than the Nets here. Nets are 4 straight losses, my guy. Obviously, Kyrie and KD, huge matchup problems here. So it's a tough game, man. I must say it's Nets or nothing for me, but it's a tough game, man. I'm not messing around with this shit. Like I say, tough one for me. Not forcing to play, man. It's Nets or nothing for me, but they're definitely not in good form. I want to wait to see when Harden get back. When Harden gets back, I do think the Nets will go on a run. Right now, they're just trying to figure it out. They don't play good enough defense down the stretch through the fourth quarter. You see what I'm saying, Junior? So they just don't know how to close out games. You've seen them the past couple of times. They'll have a lead, and then the other team comes out and smacks them or come to play defensively. Then they can't, you know what I'm saying? And they just like, oh, we can't do it. We can't because they're not good on defensive end, bro. It's just they trying to go out and outscore you, Junior. It's just not gonna work in the playoffs, bro.
This is absolute fucking garbage. It just really is.
Like Gordon might like an all-star tonight, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jokic, who guarding Jokic?
It's gonna get ugly. He's gonna do whatever he wants out there.
I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. Other than Jokic and Gordon, it's moving parts here. Obviously, Campazzo, they don't have the guards to stay with Kyrie and you know what I'm saying? What Shamit guard? They had to guard the 3-point line versus the Nets. Basically, I mean, KD is a matchup problem against pretty much anybody. But this is a tough game, guys. I must say, toss-up type game for sure. I could definitely see it going away. But Nets continue to lay points even on that losing streak, Junior. That's interesting. Out of one of these games with the big spreads, Junior, which one you want to talk about? We got to do one of these: Rockets or Jazz, or Thunder versus Warriors, my guy.
I refuse to talk about the Thunder, so let's just do the Jazz. I actually want to know your opinion on this game. Me personally, I can't bet a double-digit spread because of the fact that they just played last night. But I can bet them in the second half. Like the one statistic that's kind of holding true, especially since the All-Star break, is that the Jazz and the Suns and the Sixers, those three teams specifically, are so much better than everybody else in the league in the first half. And they kind of just hold on in the second half, which is why they don't always cover spreads because their spreads tend to be pretty big. But I really want to make this an official pick. I have money on it. I just don't really know if I want to put it as a show pick. Because, like I said, I just want to be careful. Putting that energy out and telling people to make bets that I'm not 100% because it's just a little sprinkle. It's nothing big. I sprinkled a little something on the Jazz in the first half because the first quarter line, by the way, almost makes me want to take Houston. Dog, -5 in the first quarter, like. That's mad disrespectful. That's a big ass number. That's a minus. So they're going to lose by 20 points. Like -5 in the first quarter is crazy. I know that's not how the quarter and half spreads work, but like, I don't know, son.
So you would take the Rockets here +5 first quarter, or what?
No, I'm not stupid. I'm just saying the Jazz any team in the league in the first quarter against any other team in the league in the first quarter -5 is a crazy number. That's a crazy ass number, bro.
Gotcha. Yeah, like I said, this game be interesting to see who plays for the Jazz. Like I said, I mean, so they are still fighting for. They do want to keep this #1 seed. The Suns just won yesterday. They are at the house, still on the road. This is the last game of their little homestand. You know how I feel about the Jazz, man. They've hit the house, so they've won all 4 games at the house and covered 3 or 4. The only one they didn't cover, they didn't cover it by 3 points. So the Jazz been smacking guys at the house. Rockets on back-to-back in altitude as well. They're already not trying to win games. So I know Christian Wood. I think even Christian Wood's still out as well with Kevin Porter Jr. and the rest of the guys. So this one could get pretty ugly, Junior, in my opinion. But obviously, if you like the Jazz, I would like them more full game just because you want the Rockets. You want the ultimate fatigue spot for the Rockets there. So I'd be looking at Jazz first half full game, my guy, trying to find a way to fade those Rockets, Junior. What you think about that?
Yeah, I'll make it official because I have money on the Utah first half. It's just, I'm going against something I say in every show with these ridiculous spreads. But the Houston Rockets are barely a professional basketball team. And if there's one thing that we've seen about the Jazz, they're very much like the Suns. If people are not playing for the Jazz because they're hurt, it's not because they're resting. The Jazz play hard every single game. That's why they were able to come back last night against Denver in a game, like I said, which if you were watching that game, Denver was in control of that game. And then the Jazz kind of, made their push and then kind of pulled away. Actually ended up, beating them by margin. But I really just think that in this situation, if you're going into Utah, bless you, bro. If you're going into Utah and you're not, what's the word? Locked in.
Mm-hmm. You're getting smacked.
You're getting smacked. So I'm gonna take Utah to put these boys away in the first half. Cruise in the second half, and even if I lose this first half play, I'm gonna bet the house on the second half anyway, most likely, unless they try to bet price us out of it.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, the Jazz land 15 here, man. I must say, only way I see it not cashing my guys is if they rest some guys, go bear or something. So I mean, maybe wait on this one. But right now, the spread, the Jazz, they hadn't been resting. They already down Conley and Mitchell as well. So I can see them going with it. They can smack these guys out there. So I seen the Jazz rest all their guys and still go and beat the Spurs team. I think this was last year. They rested like their top 5 guys. They still went out and beat them boys by double digits. This shit was crazy as hell. It's just the style of play. And in altitude, I can see this one getting other. I'm riding with Junior on the Jazz in the first half, my guy. I'm riding with my guy Junior. Jazz first half for me, Junior. Might sprinkle on that full game as well. Just like I say, just half unit. I'm gonna go half unit Jazz first half full game. Should be a nice little smack city spot here. Got to find a way to fade these Rockets, and then they're even playing without their guys. They were already worst team in the league. They started to come back to play with Wood, Kevin Porter Jr., or Lennox, guys like that. Olynyk is pretty much the last guy out there. So Olynyk and DJ Augustine. So be interested to see what they do here in altitude, my guys. Jay being on that. Nah, man. Nah, my guys. Never that. My damn allergies are fucking killing me, though, boy. They out cutting the grass. I can't even get on no gas. Step outside, get on the gas, Junior. Them boys, all that pollen and shit. Hey, that's all right, because we finna get to this new spot, Junior. They finna be none of that step outside, none of that. Next week, baby, we finna get off in there. But last game up, Junior. Spurs versus Blazers. Spurs Blazers, my guy. Blazers came to play last night. The line is opened up at 4.5. It's up to 6 now, my guy. I just talked about me getting on the 5 Blaze. Junior, what we think? What we doing tonight? I must say, could be a fatigue spot for the Spurs here. What you thinking here, my guy? Do they keep it close playing?
Play, and I don't play these boys too often, so you already know what it is. When Dame Lillard looks the way that he looks right now, listen. Last night. He dominated the Lakers. The Lakers had no answers for that boy whatsoever. Playoffs next week. Dame's getting ready. Dame's getting focused. I really feel like for San Antonio, once Derek White got ruled out for the rest of the season, they haven't really been the same. And I'm not trying to say it's all a Derek White thing. I think it's all a group thing. They're the type of team where all their guards are available. They can do a lot of different things and throw a lot of different looks at you. You take out any of them guys, even if you put in Derek White back and you took out Lonnie Walker, for example, they're not good enough to be missing any of them guys. Lonnie Walker, Derek White, DeRozan, or DeJounte. Any of them guys are injured. This team is not the same, and I really don't like them without Derek White, especially, like I said, in this spot against Dame. DeJounte Murray could make Dame work because he's a defensive specialist, but I'm not really too worried about that. And one thing that I've seen about Portland, they've been able to start to turn their season around because, they had that stretch where they lost like 10 or 12 almost or something like that. And now they've had this stretch where they're winning. They're doing it without CJ playing that well. He's not even really playing well. Norm Powell's been up and down. If they can just get one of them guys to show up tonight, I think they blow these guys out. So I don't believe in the Spurs at all. Every time I watch them trying to figure out what it is they do, I'll tell you what they do. They don't really make mistakes. They don't turn the ball over. They don't foul a lot. So if you don't come to play, they're going to take advantage of your mistakes. But if you come to play, you're going to kick their ass. That's kind of how I look at the Spurs. So the Blazers are not in a spot where they could take any game lightly. I think they got their eyes on the prize, which is, get into the playoffs and see what happens, which is kind of the Blazers' motto every season, really.
Exactly. And what I saw last night from the Spurs watching that game, because it was a close one, man. I'm watching the game. I'm like, man, how they get down? It was just up 10. How many down up 1 now? That's what they're doing. So if the other team is making threes, the Spurs will get blown out. If they're not making threes, because see, the Spurs, they go down, it's twos. They're making a bunch of twos while the Kings are trying to make a bunch of threes or make, you know what I'm saying, everything. Buddy Hield, he's going for nothing but threes. The Kings doing nothing but threes, bro. So, I mean, they did have Terrence Davis trying to go off the bench. The Spurs, I must say, they're getting older. The Pop already talked about them being possibly in a fatigue spot. So I had to take them yesterday. It was like in a must-win type of game. But now on this back-to-back going from Sacramento up to Portland, if it's already been like a kind of sort of a long road trip or whatever, and they've been fatigued ever since those couple of overtime games at the house, this could be a fatigue spot for the Spurs, man. They are playing with desperation. So that's why I had a bunch of hesitation laying the 6 with the Blazers. They're coming off a big game versus the Lakers as well. It's a tough game. I feel like this game is very sharply graded. Junior, what were you about to say, my guy?
No, I'm sorry I interrupted you. What I was going to say was that's another reason why I took the Blazers. The Blazers take the second most threes in the league, and the Spurs shoot the least amount of threes in the league. So, and the Blazers are the one thing the Blazers actually do pretty well is the offensive rebound. So if you're going to shoot way more threes and have the offensive rebound advantage, the Spurs almost got to play perfect to be able to beat these guys because the 3-point deficit against a team like this is just like when the Spurs play Utah. If the Spurs don't play perfect, they're gonna get blown out. Same thing with the Blazers. The Blazers are going to launch a bunch of threes and they're going to make a bunch of threes. So the thing that keeps teams in games against the Blazers is their lack of defense. I'm not really worried about the Spurs offense, if I'm going to be honest with you. I've been watching a lot of their games lately, and it's pretty it's like watching like old school basketball. Like it's super pedestrian. Like I'm on the Blazers, especially.
It's definitely old school basketball. I must say that. So you have a point there. I just wish that the Blazers didn't have that big win versus the Lakers last night. If this was there, you know what I'm saying. If it wasn't in that particular, I'd be all over the Blazers. And I do think it's a fatigue spot for Spurs. You make really good points that it's old school basketball. It's pretty much DeRozan trying to get fouled, trying to flop and get a foul, get to the free throw line. DeJounte Murray, pretty much. It's mid-range game. What I saw from last night, who won in the game, it was DeJounte Murray and it was DeMar DeRozan mid-range game. If it wasn't for those two, they would have definitely lost to the Kings last night, my guys. So it's a tough game. I do think it could be a fatigue point for the Spurs, and the Blazers' offense is light years better than Spurs' offense. Spurs defense is a little bit better than Blazers defense. Jakob Poeltl, I mean, he's not really a starting center. He just had flashes being a good defensive guy, but he's just not. Nurkic, in my opinion, should be able to eat him up. So, I couldn't talk you off that. I might maybe Blazers early or something. Maybe Blazers first half or something. Still looking at that one, my guy. Still looking at that. What we thinking, Junior? What we like? Break them off with your officials before we get out of here, my guy.
Yeah, I swear to you, bro. If I hadn't had such a rough week, I would be on Blazers trifecta. I'm just trying to chill out. I'm really just trying to get focused for these playoffs. The last week of the regular season has just been this week for me has been hard to cap, and the motivation thing has been hard to kind of figure out with these teams. But my officials are Pacers, Wizards over. Philly first half. I always take Philly first half. We didn't even talk about that game, did we?
Man, yeah, I don't know we don't even know who's playing, bro. We don't know who's playing with the Pistons. We don't know who's playing with the 76ers. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you. Whatever you liking.
76ers first half has been cashing for me a lot lately. They're just super hot. They're in that zone. But I feel what you're saying. A lot of dudes for the Pistons right now. I was reading their beat writers tweets, and he's talking about Josh Jackson's out and what's his name, backup point guard, light-skinned cat from Toronto. Oh my God, he played for the Raptors. He had like 18 and 11 in the last game. A veteran. He used to play for the Spurs.
Corey Joseph.
There you go. Corey Joseph. He might be out. He had a double-double in the last game, so. It's not for certain that he's out. He's questionable with some kind of like nagging injury. These guys need all their pieces.
Questionable for these motherfuckers. Look, are the Pistons?
I'm not trying to be like, doing that thing. Decider, but
look, are the Pistons doing that thing where they resting the top 5-6 guys again?
Yeah, bro. The way their beat reporter is talking, it seemed like a couple guys are going to sit out. So I was just kind of like, Jeremy Grant is questionable. Is questionable.
Ellington.
Justin Jackson is questionable. Like a bunch of these guys.
I see Diallo out, Jackson out, Joseph, Ellington, and Grant all questionable.
See what I'm saying? So, and Ellington and Joseph just came back in the last game, and they're already questionable again one game later. So, like,
let me see.
Yeah, I'm on the Sixers first half. The Sixers are on a mission right now.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Let me see, just real quick, because I think I think them boys beat them or something last time. Yeah, the Pistons beat the 76ers last time, 119-104. So a little revenge as well, Junior. Hope you cash, my guy. I hope you cash, man.
Sorry, so Wizards Pacers over, Sixers first half, Portland and Utah first half.
Got you. Heavy leans to Grizzlies for me, guys. Heavy lean to Grizzlies. First half and full game. Nothing official for me. I likely won't play a single thing today, my guys. Gearing up for playoffs. Like I say, heavy lean to Grizzlies. Heavy lean to Jazz as well, my guys. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Junior, my guy, going undefeated today. Hope you cash every single one of them, my guy.
Appreciate you.